Right, hello everybody. Welcome to this very special edition of Lori Ballen Tutorials. Today we are going to edit a blog. We're going to optimize a blog for the search engines and for the user using content that I purchased from somewhere else or had written from somewhere else. This is very common. You'll find this a lot, that bloggers don't always write their own content, and people that don't develop websites don't always create their own content. And in my case, I write some and I buy some. Now, I'm going to show you all of this today. Stay with me. I'm going to show you where I get my writers, how I place the order, how we collect the order, and then how we optimize it on the blog. And if you need content written for you, optimized for you, check out ballenbrands.com. Those are my brothers, Jeff and Paul, ballenbrands.com. They can actually do all of the steps I'm going to show you today for you and manage the entire process, okay? They can also build you your WordPress website, run your pay-per-click marketing, that type of thing. All right. In my video below, I also have links to tools and software that I use and may mention today. And there's also a link to WP Engine and Wealthy Affiliate, each of which you can do it yourself, build your own websites on those platforms. So check all them out. I am an affiliate marketer and I do benefit if you make a purchase through one of my links. All right, so let's take a look here. I've got one of my writing brokers open here. This is called Crowd Content. I'll put a link in the video below, Crowd Content. And it's basically a collection of writers that have come together that pick up your orders when you place your order, okay? Now, when I go place an order, I will choose how much I'm going to spend based on the type of content, and that is typically what kind of rated writer that I get back, all right? Now, I've got a couple new blogs that I've just had written. We'll go ahead and take a look at. We've got Summerlin Parks. That one's being written. Let's see which ones are done. We actually have Summerlin Places of Worship is ready. And then I also have my age qualified one, which is what I want to do today. Let me grab that one really quick. Oh, Downtown Summerlin's ready also. Okay, age qualified. Let's take a look at this one. This one is complete, ready to go. Okay, so I'm going to show you what this looks like. When I placed the order, all you have to do is you put like 20 bucks on file. You'll go in and place the order. When you first start, your order is going to be sent out to all of the writers, and then they're going to have a choice to pick it up or not pick it up. If you don't like the writer, you can actually request them to revise the blog a couple times, and then you can flat out reject it for a small fee, and then you can block that writer from never picking up your stuff again. So I've got Holly up here. Holly's a 3-star writer. She's done some work for me before, so she's in my team. So you can build like this little team of who you send your orders out to. If I did not like her work, I could just press on this little circle and she would be blocked. If I like her, I click on the little heart and she becomes a favorite. If I want to add her to a team, I click the little team, and then I can send out my orders just to the team. Or if I want to see who else is doing good today, I might throw it out larger, okay? Now, most of my blogs are pretty basic Wikipedia style writing. They're facts about a neighborhood, restaurant, a local shopping mall, new home construction coming in. We're not talking super skilled niche writing here, okay? So that's something to keep in mind. If I want really flowery and somebody that's a super just knock it out of the park writer, you're going to pay a lot more than I do on average, okay? If you want somebody that's a specialist or skilled in a very specific niche, you're going to pay more. For this type of work, I go with the lowest, okay? And I usually get back really good, fine for what I'm trying to do. So let me give you an example. So here, let's look at when I placed the order. It was $29. I requested a 1-star writer. So out of 4, I only said I'm willing to pay a 1-star writer fee. Now, that doesn't mean you're only going to get 1-star writers, because really good writers will sometimes pick up the 1-star because they're not doing anything else, and that's fine. So it's their choice what they want to, if they want to pick it up or not, okay? So I never send it to just one person. I send it to a collection of people, and whoever wants it can grab it. And if they're not willing to work for 1-star, then they don't fit in my economic model for this particular piece, then I'll send it out to a larger group. And that usually works fine for me. If you're super critical, super analytical, you're choosing things that are more hard, this is going to be harder for you. I'm not, and Wikipedia style writing works just fine for me. Now, Holly's better than that. So luckily I got a 3-star writer for my 1-star payment. So I only paid 2 cents a word, 2.2 cents a word. Okay. I said, write this article and I want it to be at least 1,000 words and not more than 2,000 words. She wrote 1320. Okay. And I give them that space because depending on what type of piece we're writing, if I think there is a lot to be written on, I might give them up to 5,000 words. But typically, when I'm writing about a particular area, it's going to be 1,000 to 2,000 words. Now, if it's just a little blurb, it might only be 300. But that's not usually what I'm creating. I'm usually creating something more in depth. So the title of this one is Age Qualified Summerlin. So the article is all about where somebody 50 plus or 55 plus, an age qualified person is going to live in Las Vegas. What are their choices? So like if they're retiring here and they want to live in an all adult neighborhood, what are their choices? So that's kind of what she covered here. Okay, so my article is $29 and it's 1,300 words. I think she probably could have even elaborated more, just in my opinion. But that's, if I wanted her to elaborate more, I should have said 1,500 as a minimum and made sure she dug a little bit harder. But let's see. I got to see. So from here, I've already accepted her work. If I didn't, then I would be revising right here. We'd send it back and forth a couple times. Okay. All right. They message me sometimes. I message them sometimes. So it's like having your own team. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at our content now. And I'm going to show you exactly what I do. So the first thing I do is I go over to my website. This is my website all about Summerlin. And I'm going to go to new post. So we are going to create a new post. Okay. I am going to call this one Age Qualified Summerlin. Okay, now this is where my tools come in. So I'm going to show you a tool that I use here called SEMrush. I'll put the link below in the video. This is one of my favorite tools of all times. And I will determine the title sometimes of a blog based on some research that I do, okay? So age qualified, like that's a new buzzword. We always said 55 plus, we said active adult, and I think the reason 55 plus is going down is being changed is because now we have like 50 plus communities. So it's not as it's not as complete as like age qualified, but nobody's really using that word to search. See here, so 55 plus Summerlin. So I don't mind putting age qualified, but I want to make sure I add to that something that's going to be a little bit more. Okay, so see here how we start saying 55 plus. Now I'm kind of trying to look, you know what I might do? Let me see. All right, so here's a little hack that I do. I'm going to go to domain overview, and up top I'm going to put in a community, suncitysummerlin.com, that I know is a 55 plus community. It's one of the most predominant ones here in Vegas. What I want to do is I want to look at their keywords. And they're not really doing much as a website, so it's still not exactly what I want. But let's take a look and see. I want to see, I'm going to sort from highest volume to lowest volume, and I'm looking for 55 communities in Las Vegas. 55 plus communities is what they're putting. Okay, 55 plus communities, 55 plus communities. Yeah, my hunch is, okay, not hunch. Evidence shows me that just calling it age qualified is not a good idea because nobody's searching by that. And having a keyword in the title of the blog, at least a search engine title, still has some relevance. So watch how I do this. Up top, I'm just going to call this age qualified Summerlin. But down here, I have the Yoast plugin. And what Yoast allows me to do is change the title for the search engines. It also lets me change it for social media if I want to. So I'm going to, for SEO, we are going to just click on that title, and I am going to change this to 50 plus 55 plus communities, age qualified Summerlin. Summerlin 50 plus 55 plus communities, age qualified Summerlin. I also have retirement homes, and I have to see. Okay, I may come back and add retirement homes. Yeah, that's going to be too long. Age qualified and homes and apartments. Okay, I might go with something like that. So see up here, when it's listed in my blog directory, it's a much simpler title. Down here, I'm thinking of the search engines as well as people that are searching what might interest them. So for my slug, I'm going to put, so tough. I'm going to put 55 plus communities. Again, a little tiny bit of ranking power now when you're doing your search engine optimizations, working to rank on the search engines like I do. Having a keyword in that slug, having a keyword in the title, having your keyword in the meta description, while old school kind of thinking, keyword, quote unquote, it still has a little bit of relevance. So my topic is all about age qualified communities and living. Yet, when I go look at the search engines, we know that 55 plus is still the way people search. So I'm trying to accommodate both. And so that's why we're going to go with this. We're going to go with this one. All right. Okay. So then we're going to go ahead and take the article, and I'm going to just copy this whole article. Now, remember, this is my content. They wrote it for me. I bought it, and now I'm the author. Okay, I'm now the bona fide owner, author. I have all the rights to that piece of content. Nobody else is going to have it. Nobody else is going to copy it. Okay, I was talking, so I probably didn't show you what I just did. So let me go back and do that again. Okay, so right in the intro here, all I'm going to do is click on my Mac, Command V. You would do whatever it is to paste, and it went ahead and pasted that whole article in there. That's what I wanted it to do. Okay. Now, once the article's in here is now when I start the optimization process. Now, the first thing I do is I am using an app called Grammarly, and Grammarly catches typo, and some basic things like that. So we'll run through that first. So some people think that the dessert, she has dessert, we want desert. Okay, so this is what happens when we buy one-star writers. We've got more cleanup to do. All right, every single activity you do in Summerlin is postcard ready. So we'll put that little dash in there. And that's just the start of an active and engaging lifestyle. That's a better phrase. Seniors who want to not only enjoy she spelled that wrong, so golden years, no comma needed, Okay, so you see, I'll just kind of skim this really quick. Grammarly makes this super easy. It'll tell you where to put dashes, where to change things. If you controlled entry points. Nope, she's right on that one. So they're not perfect, but age qualified. Okay, so you get the idea here. Now, the next thing I do is I take each segment and I make a heading. I make it an H2 tag. So it's a heading tag. So the first neighborhood of age qualified is Sun City, Summerlin. So I'm using WordPress Gutenberg. Gutenberg is the newest editor on the WordPress platform, and it makes life so much simpler. I can't even imagine not using Gutenberg now that I've had it for so long. Again, if you want something like this, check out ballenbrands.com. They build these, including real estate websites and regular business websites on with the Gutenberg platform. Okay, so I'm going to hover over here, and I'm just going to drop down that arrow and make it a heading tag, CH. It's that simple, Sun City, Summerlin. Okay, so do the same thing. Wherever I see that she started a new topic, and when it's your content, you'll be able to do what I'm doing. You're going to eyeball this pretty quickly and know where the new content starts. I'm so used to this, I can see it. Yours will probably take you a little bit longer. Okay. Okay, she didn't get them all. So that's my fault. When I placed the order, I should have specified neighborhood. So I'm going to have to come in here and add another section because they're not all in here. Okay, so if you give them, sometimes they'll stop without clearer direction. All right. Okay, so once I do that, next I go put in something like an IDX widget. Okay, so I use IDX Broker, and this is where I create my widgets. So watch what I mean by widgets. I go down here to Design, Website, Widgets. This is how I'm going to create that little grid of homes. And the first one was Sun City. So let's say I just want to put in a little carousel, or I want to put in like a little grid of Sun City homes right in between those blocks. Now, what you want to be careful of is not putting too many houses in between each one of those blocks, because on a mobile device, that'll cause them way too much scrolling. And I'll show you what I mean. So what we would do is we would go down here. I've already got a Sun City widget. Let me just create new so you can see what it looks like. I'm going to go create new, showcase, custom search, advanced search. Okay, I'm going to say show me active listings that are in Sun City. I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. I'm going to title this Sun City 3-pack widget. I'm the only one seeing that. Show me the newest listings. Give me 3 columns and 3 listings. Don't worry about all this stuff I'm doing right here. I've got training on IDX Broker and how to use it and why I do those. But you can copy me exactly. If you have IDX Broker, stop and pause and just follow what I just did down here. 3 columns, 3 listings. That's the way I like them, in between. Open a widget in a new window, yes. Display view all results, yes. Now build the widget, copy this piece of code right here. You're going to love this if you've never seen this before. Copy it, go back over to your blog, and write wherever you want the houses to show up. Click plus HTML. That's a little code box. Paste and preview. There's your houses. Once you get the hang of that, it's so fast. Okay? I find that when people are researching things like this, they want to start looking at houses. So to be able to drop these little widgets in there to give them somewhere to go is excellent. Okay? Age qualified Summerlin. Up top, I might want an image. I might want a video. Okay? So first thing I'll do is I'll go over to YouTube, And if I have my own video, which obviously that's a great idea to go make my own video about age qualified living, and I should probably do that, especially since I'm getting closer and closer to that age every day. Okay, up top I'm going to put age qualified Summerlin. Let's just see if there's any news or anybody talking about it that isn't a real estate agent, because you don't want to compete with a real estate agent. Okay. Let me see what this one is. Siena Restricted Community Summerlin. Oh, real estate agent. Okay. That's most likely what you're going to see the most. If you can find a news article or something like that, then that's even better. Sometimes the community themselves will put something out, and that is a good way to do it. Let's see. It's really going to be hard to find something that's not a real estate agent, I think. 55 plus Summerlin. Oh, what is this? Who's this one by? Trilogy. Let me see. This is the one she missed. Hold on. I want to see if that's a real estate agent or not. Okay, so this is from the community. So something like that would be fine. So let's just say I go, yes, this is the video I want. Right here, you can click share. And the license rules with YouTube say that if that person has allowed embedding when they uploaded the video, you can use their video on your website. Okay. If they selected not to allow that, you would not be able to embed the code. You would not be able to take the code and use it on your website. So you have permission based on their, based on the fact that they have this in an embed option. Okay. I'm going to click share and I'm going to click copy. So you could take the embed code. This way is just faster. And I'm just going to paste that YouTube video right there. Do you see what I did? That was so simple. Let me try that again, just so you can see it. So over here, I just clicked share, copy. So I'm copying that YouTube link. I find the spot where I want the video, and I just paste it right there. Okay. Now, video, very popular, obviously right now, and growingly, it is growing and growing in popularity. And I personally believe the search engines reward websites that have video, and the user tends to stay on longer. That's called dwell time, which, whether or not it's a direct ranking signal, it definitely shows Google that your website is more relative to that person because they're spending more time on the website. So it definitely has its perks. Okay. So now let's just say I go, okay, there's Trilogy. Maybe I just want to add that at the bottom since she didn't cover it. I need to add some more to it anyway. So I'm going to put it in there, and then I kind of have a placeholder, and I know to come back and add more on Trilogy. Okay. So maybe we want a photo up top. So what I do is I use Canva. I do have a paid version of Canva. There's a free and paid. I don't know which does which. Sometimes you can have the free version, but you might pay $1 to use a photo. I usually start with this blog banner when I'm creating a featured image for my blog of some sort. And then you can use a template that they have here that matches your colors, or you can find something that you like, whatever you want. Let's just say we're going to use this cat one here. So I would just change this to age qualified Summerlin. Now you can play with the fonts, you can play with the spacing. And then I'm going to put maybe just my brand here, Ballen. Oh, wait, other website, gosummerlin.com. I'm building a niche website for a particular neighborhood because I already have a major real estate website. Okay. And then summer, is that, oh, I have an extra E in there. Hold on. Summerlin, age qualified Summerlin. Okay. And then I'm going to replace that cat. I'm going to go up here to photos and I'll put something like retirement. All right. And I'm looking for some sort of happy couple in a place that looks like it would be Summerlin. I'm not going to pick something that looks like it wouldn't actually be part of Summerlin, right? So we could do something like this. You know, and these types of communities now are so like not what you would think of when you think the old-fashioned retirement homes. I mean, these are like active golf communities. Everybody's fit and healthy. It's pretty amazing what these have turned into. I may actually want to live in one. Okay, so I like this. So here we go. That's good enough for me. I can change this color if I wanted this to better match my brand. I've got brand templates in here, and I could change it to match my Summerlin site by making it like red instead of black. And so I'll go to download. And in my case, I'm going to leave it a ping, but I'm going to compress the image. That is a pro feature. If you don't have that option, save it as a JPEG, small or medium. Small or medium JPEG. If you've got the smush opportunity here to compress it, I'm going to do it this way. So I will download that. You don't want to be downloading massive size files that are super high resolution that kill your website speed. Okay, so you want it to be a JPEG. If you're going to do a ping, make sure that it's a compressed image so that it's not larger than 400 or 500 kilobytes at the largest. Okay, so then I'm going to go here and I'm going to put that in here. Actually, before I do that, let me see what I want the description to be. Okay, I like this one right here. The following is a brief overview of the luxury 50 plus and 55 plus age qualified communities and age qualified options for seniors who want a lively and animated lifestyle in Summerlin, Nevada. From modern homes to country club amenities, these age qualified communities are unmatched in their ability to cater to their residents. I'm going to change this to active adult community, so we're not saying the same thing over and over again. Okay, I am going to save this as a description. Okay, what I like to do is click on document, and then down here, there's going to be a spot for excerpts. I paste what I want somebody to see about this page right there. So I take something out of the opening paragraph, and that becomes the excerpt, which is also part of my SEO tool at the bottom, the Yoast tool. So I'm hoping that when somebody does a search on Google and finds a list of age qualified communities, 55 plus, that my list is in there, and they'll see a couple lines of text that tell them a little bit about this page. That's what I use the excerpt for, in addition to how it shows up in other places on my website. So a good little call to act, a good little description about why they would want to click on this, okay? And then I'm going to put our picture in here. So I'm going to go to plus, and I'm going to go to image, upload, grab the image. We're going to drop it in there. Okay. Alt text describes the image for somebody that wouldn't be able to see it otherwise. 55 plus couple is smiling and on the computer, potentially looking at real estate in Summerlin. No, potentially looking at 55. Let's make it relative to this blog, at 55 plus. Let's put age qualified communities in Summerlin, because I already said 55 plus. Okay, so that would describe it to somebody who's looking here. Let's see. I center mine, align center, full size, beautiful. Okay. Now I also make this the featured image here. So I go to featured image, set featured image, and pick that picture. Now, in addition, while I'm doing the design, I will also make a pin. So if you have the premium version, you can actually change this to a pin size by going to resize. Let's see. Oh, I just saw it. Pinterest graphic. Copy and resize. It puts it in a format, and then you just have to kind of like drag around. You can also just start from a brand new template if you want to, but this is fine too. We'll make a little pin here of our own. And then let's spread out that text. Let's make it larger. Center it. Okay. Now my eyeballs, I can never see, so I need that little pink arrow so I can make sure it's centered. Okay, and then let's space out those letters. I don't like how close they are together, so we'll do that. Beautiful. Little more space there. Age qualified Summerlin. Okay, maybe I'll put age qualified communities in Summerlin. I like it. That works for me. Okay, you can play with stickers. You can play with, I mean, it's endless what you can do here with Canva. And I'm going to save this as my age qualified 55 plus communities in Summerlin pin. I will download it, so then when I'm done with the blog, I can pin that to Pinterest and link it to the blog. These are all the little things that I do when I'm creating a blog to make sure that I'm getting the most exposure for it. All right, so that's done. Then we go back into our editing. Okay. Now, if I on my websites, I use auto linking. So I use, in my case, I'm using Thirsty Affiliates, where I can put in a keyword and it will automatically link that word somewhere. So if let's take a preview of this blog right now, what we've already created, and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so if I have, see here, Sun City Summerlin, I already have a link that every time I mention Sun City Summerlin, it's going to auto link to that neighborhood. I'm just now building this website, so I will be doing this for all of those. If I wasn't auto linking, I'm not at that level yet. Instead, I would just kind of hover over these and link it somewhere. Anywhere that I think there's a keyword that's relative to what that visitor might want, I'm going to highlight Summerlin, Nevada, click link, and then I'm going to drive them to my main page that's all about Summerlin. Okay, something like that. And then also, I don't like big blocks of text because I think they're hard on the eyes, especially on a mobile device. So if I see more than 2 or 3 lines of text together, I put a space in between them like I just did up there. Okay. You can also change and break up some of this text by making them like quotes. So I could put in like, make that a quote instead. So now see how it adds that little line right there? There's ways to break it up so the eyes are not just looking at all this big, long, chunky text like the old school blogs, okay? You'll also notice on my preview that it created an automatic table of contents. This is such a benefit. Now, I use a plugin, a free plugin called, it used to be called Table of Contents Plus, and I believe now it's called Easy Table of Contents. Let me just double check. Whoops, I don't want to do that right now. It's called Easy Table of Contents. Easy Table of Contents, okay? What that does is it will then, once you put the settings of what you want it to do, in my case, I have it set that every time I make an H2 tag, I want that to be part of the title. So not the H1, which is the page title, and I don't need the H3s or H4s or H5s, the smaller ones in there, but all the primary sections that I make a heading to, an H2, I want them to be part of that quick links so the person can just click it, shoot down to what they want to go to, and that's the benefit of something like that. Okay, so that's just FYI, that's what I'm using there. Now, after I create a block, so a section. So Sun City Summerlin has its own section here. Again, I'm going to break up wherever I see. I'm going to read it all, do a quick read over. I'm not going to do it on the video. I'll go back over it, but make sure it's set, there's nothing funny in there that you don't want it to say. Especially, it's really tough for like real estate agents with fair housing regulations and whatnot. We got to make sure somebody isn't saying something that's inappropriate or so. Read over. And then what I do is at the bottom, I put in a short code divider. Okay, so I'm going to click the little plus sign. And then I have a short code saved in here called divider. Now, let me show you what that does. Instead of just a little separator, which is what Gutenberg gives us, a divider actually gives them a line, and they can click here and go back to the top. So what I'm trying to do is improve the user experience. I want them to be able to get where they want to go quickly. I don't want them bouncing off of the website. So that go to top will bring them back up to the table of contents. That's especially good if you're using it, if you have a lengthy blog post. And let me tell you, on a phone, a 1,000 word article is very long. And so you need them to be able to get to just where they want to go when they want to go there. And that's what those go to tops do. Where the separator is just a little clear line right in the middle, just kind of creates a little break in the eyes, but it doesn't have the long, then the go to top. This is being populated with a WordPress plugin called Short Codes Ultimate. Is who creates that divider. Short Codes Ultimate. So that's a plugin that creates that divider. Okay. Otherwise, you can just use the little separator that's here free in Gutenberg. It just doesn't have the back to top option. Okay. So I would go down each one of these. So now we need to go get the code for Siena. So again, we go back to our widgets. Create another widget. You'll see me do this again here. Now let's build a different one. Let's make one that looks different. Watch this. We'll do select a type of widget. Let's do a showcase. This is going to make a big, gorgeous one house show up. Properties to feature. We'll go to custom search, advanced search. That's the same way just about every time. And then I'm going to go this time to the community is Siena. Got it. And we're going to go down here and we're going to say Siena showcase. And I'm going to put Go Summerlin so I know what widget it is. And then we're going to choose one column, one property. One column, one property. Display all results, yes. Open in a new widget, yes. Build widget. Grab that code. We're going to go over to Siena. Wherever you want to put it, hit the plus sign. Add the HTML block. Paste the code and hit preview. Boom. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Now you might want this to be the most expensive house in the neighborhood. So instead, go back to add a widget. We will edit it. So watch this. We're going to go back to widgets. We're going to go to Siena. And Go Summerlin. It's right here. Click edit. And now what we'll do is we will sort this at the bottom. Wait a minute. Where's it at? I'm sorry. Right here. Widget options. We're going to go most expensive to least expensive. Save widget. Now it will automatically update this widget to show the most expensive house in the neighborhood, which looks much better on the blog because it's all fancy, right? IDX, by the way, the IDX broker, if you would like IDX broker, we can set you up with that too. Ballen Brands they are IDX broker developers, my brothers. They can help put that on your website. Or you can click the link in this video if you're a do-it-yourselfer and get the WP Engine website and then click my link for IDX broker and it will save you the $99 setup fee. And then if you wind up getting stuck and going, I thought I could do this myself, but I really need more help, then you can call Ballen Brands. They can help you with whatever you need, okay? So I teach it all, but then my brothers will service it if it's not something that you want to do yourself. Okay, so we did all of that. Now remember, we need to put in a divider here. And then I put in some senior centers. Let me show you the difference now with the separator. I'll click plus, and we'll do a little separator on this one because there's not a lot of text. So see the difference with the separator is just that little line instead of a whole back to top thing. Okay, here's another retirement center. So I'm going to put the little tiny separator there. The Heights at Summerlin is another rehab. So I'm kind of keeping all the retirement communities versus the 55 plus neighborhoods together, so that they're a little bit different if somebody's looking for that type of living versus a 55 plus neighborhood completely. Okay. So the other one, Siena, Sun City. All right. And then if we wanted to, we can also put in, let's just put maybe up top, I'll put 55 plus homes. Let's do this. Homes for sale in 55 plus communities. Okay, now watch. We can do this. We can go over to IDX widget, and we can go to, we'll go back to our widget so we can create a new one. So let's go to design, website, widgets, create a new widget. And this time we'll do a carousel. So select type of widget. Let's do a carousel. Properties to feature, custom search, advanced search. Okay. So now what I'll do instead is I will scroll down to my field. This is populated by whatever your MLS fields are. So it might look different. You know, my fields look different than your fields, of course. So here's mine, 55 plus community equals yes. Okay. So now I've got a list of homes. So now at the bottom, what do you want to call it? 55 plus carousel for Go Summerlin. And then what order do you want to put them in? Again, I could put most expensive to least, least to most, smallest to biggest, whatever I want. Let's just do most to least right now. And then how many columns do you want it to be? The more columns you choose, the smaller the house boxes get. The less columns you choose, the larger the boxes get. Okay, so we'll see what this looks like. So we'll do 3 columns and widget, open a new window. Yes, yes. Build widget. We'll take the code. My whole goal is to get these people searching MLS. And then I'm going to put HTML because that's when they'll find a property and then request information. All right, now preview it. So now watch this. The carousel is a slider. Every now and then you will get that one house that throws your slider off because of how the listing looks, but most of the time it looks just like this. And we can customize those colors and whatnot too. Ballen brands can, or you can use CSS to do that. Okay, so you can put those there. So any way you want. We got the big houses, we've got the carousels, we've got the grids of homes, and then again, I need to put a divider in here. And then we'll take a quick look at what this looks like because we're pretty close to the finished product now. I just need to go in and do a quick read, and then if I need any links in here, I want to go back through and put them. Again, anywhere I see a big piece of chunky text, break that middle up. Make it a quote or change the color of the text or do something there because you don't want just chunky, long, heavy, hard to read text in there. And again, most people are on mobile now. Oops. And it really makes a difference doing that on mobile. Okay. And there's other ways to do it. We could make that a verse. So see now it shoots it into the middle. See, kind of change the format. Just a little bit of eye shift what makes people happy and we'll keep them on there. You can also put pictures, especially if you've got pictures of these communities, I could put them in between. I don't do a lot of just like generic clip art, stock art anymore. Unless it adds value, it's a supporting piece to the page. I don't like to put it in. Everything they need to be provided. Yeah, good catch. Have their hairstyles. Yeah. I'm so glad I've got Grammarly for this. Catch those. Okay, let's just do a quick preview so you can see, and then I'm going to wrap this up so that I can just finish it. Okay, so there's your links, intro, image, or video. I'll show you what this looks like on mobile. Watch this. Shrink this down. Let's look at it on mobile. There we go. Okay, so this is what it looked like on a mobile device. Table of contents, intro, image or video. You see the difference when you're scrolling. Okay, there's your carousel. I love the carousels. Then here's Sun City Summerlin. So here's the grid of homes, and this is why I said you only want to include like 3, because if you have any more, they have to scroll too long. And if they're not just interested in surfing Sun City Summerlin homes, that was a lot of S's, they'll get bored really quick and bounce. Instead, I included 3, and then it gave them an option to search for more. They can view all results. When they click on view all results, by the way, it will open for them, and then they can start surfing around in there. They can save their favorites, they can make a list, that type of thing. That's where I want them to go. And then you can see each section here, and then anywhere I put that go to top, they can search, and then I've got my menu down at the bottom. Okay, also how I will plus this is my practice. Once this page starts ranking on the search engines, or if I were to run any pay-per-click for it, whether that be social or Google AdWords, that type of thing, search or social marketing, I'm going to create like an ebook for them that has a guide of all this. So essentially all I have to do is take all the words that are on this page. I go over to Canva and I go to ebook. So go back to the home. I'm going to open a new tab so I don't lose my spot in case I need to come back to this. And then up here, search designs, I'm going to go to ebook. So you have all of these. These are the covers of an ebook. Pick a cover that you like, that you think could fit this. And you can customize all of it to be whatever you want. Maybe I'm going to pick this one. And I'm going to replace that image with the picture of that couple that we grabbed a minute ago. You just got to kind of hover where it drops. Come on. Okay. Then you can slide that around. And then maybe I'm going to change this to say 55 plus, or just call this one age qualified Summerlin. Okay. So customize this. There's your book cover. Then go to add a new page, and then it'll give you a blank page. Oh, there they are. It's actually copying the picture as a background. So you can create a blank page, and then all I have to do is just take each of those sections. So I would put something like, I literally could copy and paste the table of contents, go back over, paste it, see there? And then I could put links on these, or I can just create the little intro and then drag over a heading, and I could title this one Sun City Summerlin. And then I'm just going to copy and paste the info from my blog that's all about Sun City Summerlin. And then put a link at the bottom, shop homes at Sun City Summerlin. Then the next page will be Siena. And then the next page would be Trilogy. You see? This whole ebook would take me an hour. Probably, to take everything from my blog over here, and then I could make like a 10-page ebook or something on age qualified living on Summerlin. Now I've got an offer that I can make to get people to register besides just the IDX. So that's like optimal. Then what I do is when these people register, they drop into my list for 55 plus, and I have a newsletter going out for just 55 plus or age qualified 50 plus events and discounts and senior specials and, you know, that type of thing. A lot of people out here in Vegas are constantly promoting where the 55, or some of them are 50 plus, a lot of 50 plus can get discounts on things. So I'm sending them those types of things. And again, the goal is to keep these people engaged with my brand, with my real estate website. So I'm offering hyperlocal information to keep them engaged with that. And then I also monetize the website with ads and with affiliate income. So for me, there's multiple layers here of how this works. But that is the complete tutorial for you guys on how to optimize a blog start to finish, and even your little bonus there, create an ebook. Subscribe to this channel. Follow me at loriballen.com.